A negative mindset is never going to give you a positive life. And that is just the truth. So if you've been sitting in victimhood, if you've been feeling not enough, feeling like this overwhelm, this anxiety, this journey you're on is just headed nowhere, today I want to encourage you. I want to shift your perspective with you. I want to get you from victimhood to empowerment. Listen into this one, friend. Let's go. Hey girl, welcome to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsay Nickel, former competitive figure skater and perfectionist, turned God-led imperfect boy mom and digital CEO. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food and wondering if you'll wake up one day free from the obsessive thoughts and behaviors controlling your life, then I've created this podcast for you. Because I know exactly what it's like to be a downright hot mess, trapped in a destructive cycle of disordered eating. I finally found freedom, and you can too, girlfriend. So if you're ready to heal your relationship with food and body and break the chains of control and show up in your best health, then grab your favorite Tarjay journal and let's get to it. So you can start living your best life as your best self. Hey girl, how is your week starting off? I will tell you, it has been a wild week for us already over here. My mom turned 70 today. 70. And my first thought actually was, oh my gosh, I don't have much more time left with her. And that was a very scary thought for me. And I stopped myself in that thought. Those of you who know my story, and if you don't, you'll want to go back and listen to a couple of the first episodes of the show. I talk about how my mom saved my life, but my mom and I have always been more like twin sisters than a mom and a daughter. I mean, she has this intuition, and my mom saved me from myself, and obviously God saved me, but my mom was able to get me help and support as I navigated recovery and was in complete denial. And so I owe it all to my mom. But in this thought today, where I was like, wow, my mom is 70. I think it's weird, right? Like we get older, and though we feel like we might get a little bit older, we still feel like our parents never age. And it just hit me today, like, wow, I can't believe that she's 70. Like this is real. And I had to stop myself because my mind wanted to go down a rabbit hole of the years that I may have left with her. And I had to hold that thought captive and say, you know what? I can't wait to spend the evening with her. I get another chance today. Today is another moment with her. I had to shift from feeling like, wow, I have this scarcity, I'm gonna lose her soon, which is very wild, right? The way that our minds work, to a place of, I get to spend so many more memories with her. How do I want to spend those memories? Because the reality is we never know what tomorrow's gonna bring, no matter how old we are, right? And so I had to reframe my words by shifting my perspective. We ended up having an amazing time. Yes, there was some carrot cake. Yes, there was some pizza. Yes, I remember the days of never being able to eat pizza and carrot cake together. And it was just a wonderful in the present moment of, wow, she has brought me through so much in my life, and I can honor and celebrate her. And at the same time, this is a way to live in the moment instead of being consumed about the calories that were in the cake. And friend, I want you to know if you're not there yet, that's okay. You can get there. I got there. But it's all about shifting from a place of victimhood to a place of empowerment. And so today I'm going to talk to you about 10 different reframes that you can apply in your life right now in your recovery. Number one, instead of saying I should have, I want you to reframe this the next time. To I choose to. Next time I will. I'm going to give you an example. Instead of the shoulds, I should have added that snack today, but I didn't. I restricted it instead. I should have done better with my meals, but I didn't. See how defeating that is for you? I challenge you to say, I choose to honor my snack tomorrow. I choose to honor my snack tomorrow. Next time, I will make my lunch a priority. See how much more empowering spinning it and shifting that perspective is? Number two, instead of saying I have to, which feels like a big weight and a big obligation, I want you to use I get to. Here's an example. I have to work out today. Shift that to I get to move my body today, but only if I honor and nourish it. See how that feels? Like, wow, I want to honor and nourish it, care for it, and give it what it needs so that I can move my body and do that in a way that is honoring to me in moderation. Number 3, instead of saying I failed, we tend to live in a black and white place, right? When we're in this unhealthy relationship with food and our body. So instead of feeling like you failed, I want you to say, I learned. I failed this week. I'm so behind. I failed on my recovery. I knew this wasn't for me. Can you shift that to I learned that I need to be prepared by pre-planning go-to meals so that I don't get overwhelmed this upcoming week and I don't get confused at meal times where I just choose not to make a selection for myself and restrict. Number 4, instead of saying, I'm not good at this, or I can't do this. See how defeating that sounds? Like you've already made up your mind. Like, I can't do this. I'm not good at this. It's kind of like I failed. I want you to shift it to, what am I missing? How can I approach this differently? That gives you a sense of you have control over approaching it differently. And really, our mind is searching for a sense of control and a sense of safety. Number 5, which is the biggest one that I hear the most frequent with eating disorders and those who are struggling, instead of saying, I'll try, Lindsay, I'll try again tomorrow, I'll try. I want you to say, I will. Not, I'm going to try to do better. I will do better. Think about how that shifts your commitment, your agreement to yourself. It's not this wishy-washy, I'm gonna try. Right? Because if you really were going to try, you would have already done it. You would have already arrived, correct? Think about it like this. I will honor myself. I will learn to treat my body with respect. Even though I might not love the way I feel in it right now, I can choose to nourish it. It's much more pleasant and it really gives your mind the ability to lean into that. When we say that we're going to try to do something and then we just don't do it, we feel not good enough. That only makes the disorder stronger in our mind because then you just feel like you're constantly failing and there's no forward momentum. But how about I will? I will. You're a high performer, sis. If you put your mind to something, you will achieve it. There's no trying. Research tells us that humans have what we call a negative bias, meaning that we tend to focus on more negative information than positive information. And over time, this literally tarnishes our thought patterns. 95% of our thoughts are repetitive. And out of all of our thoughts daily, nearly 80% of them are negative. So how do we change that? How do you change that song that's been spinning on repeat in your mind? Well, sis, you listen to a new song. And how do you do that? You practice some of these reframes. You catch yourself in them. Like today, when I stopped myself in the middle of my tracks and that thought saying, oh my gosh, I don't know how much more time I'm going to have left with her. And I reframed it to, how do I want to spend this time that I have with her? That is powerful. I stopped myself in that loop. I can't wait to have a celebration with her tonight, to be able to honor her and to make her feel special because I get to have this special time. So what I'm talking about is really those inner critics that keep you in this cycle of destruction. If you haven't listened to episode 97, I want you to check it out. It talks about I talk about the 7 inner critics that are keeping you stuck. And it really is a really good episode if you tend to have some go-to inner critics like black and white thinking, perfectionism, like all the things. You're going to want to go check that episode out. That's episode 97. Okay, so let's get back to the show. Number 6, reframe. Instead of recovery is long and it is so hard and it is such a journey. I want you to shift it to recovery is an opportunity that I get to experience for growth and self-discovery. See how empowering that is? Like that makes me want to go on that journey versus this is so long, it's never ending, right? It's like a road trip that you just want to arrive at. But what about we're just in the car, We're having a good time. We've got all our snacks. We're road tripping and we're enjoying being here, right where we are right now. Number 7, instead of, I wish I had my old body back, which is something that I hear all the time from clients, try shifting it to, I'm embracing and creating a new me, a me that supports health and healing. Wow. Instead of putting ourselves down when we stare into the mirror, let's rise up, sis. I'm embracing a new me. This might feel like I'm in an alien abduction right now. I don't even know how I feel in this body. However, I'm embracing and creating a new me that supports health and healing. Number 8, instead of, what if I'm not strong enough to do this? This is a case of the what ifs. Maybe you find yourself there constantly. What if this happens? And what if I'm not strong enough to do this? This is that worrier mindset. Friend, you cannot be a worrier and a warrior. Do you hear me? You have to choose one. Which one are you choosing? I'll choose for you. We are a warrior here. If you're listening to the show, you're a warrior. And instead of saying, what if I'm not strong enough to do this? How about recovery can make me stronger than I ever imagined? Number 9, instead of, I have to burn off all these calories, how about flipping that? Movement is for joy and health and not for punishment. I don't need to earn my food. I'm learning to honor my body. You don't need to earn it, sis. You just need to honor it. And last but not least, number 10, instead of, I'll always struggle. This is a common one. I am always going to struggle. It's just part of who I am. I'll probably always be like this. I don't really remember a time in my life where I didn't struggle, so I'm just always going to struggle. That is that mentality of like, I'm just going to sit in my mess. But girl, you can reframe this to recovery is possible, and I'm working towards it every single day. What I want you to know today, friend, is that you aren't a bad person for trying to kill your hurt, your pain, your trauma, and your sadness. Like, you're not bad for that. You want a way out of this? And sis, the only way out is through. The only way out is to change the song that you have in your mind on repeat and put it on a tune that's going to help you grow. Put it on a song that is going to uplift you and motivate you and get you changing your life. The real road to recovery consists not in finding new roadways or new pathways or a different route, but in having new eyes along your journey. Girlfriend, I believe that if you can shift from that victim mentality to that mentality of, I get to learn about myself. I get to experience things for the first time. Like, what is it that I enjoy doing? I don't even know. I haven't even allowed myself to enjoy anything because that would require permission. And I'm too busy taking things away. I'm too busy restricting not just food, but so many other things in my life. I don't know who I am. And sis, that is a very special yet powerful place to be. If you are at a place where you're like, I don't even know. I don't even know the things I enjoy. I don't even know the things I like. I can't remember the last time I actually did movement that wasn't to burn off calories. The good news is you get to learn about yourself. This is a relationship. You get to figure out, what are your preferences? Do I like honey mustard? How about chocolate cake? Or in my case, carrot cake, which was absolutely delicious, by the way. What are those preferences? If you've never allowed yourself to have them, then you can't expect yourself to know them. I want you to think about this week. I want you to try on these 10 reframes. Play back this episode, jot them down, grab a notebook, and do a replay because I want you to be able to leverage them. When your mind starts going down, it's 95% of thoughts that are on repeat, and majority of them are negative. And she's sitting in the back of your mind trying to tell you what you should be doing, or what's going to happen if you do this, or you have to burn off all of these calories, or you have to check the label, or you have to make sure that you're not using this in your ingredients. I want you to know that's a safety mechanism. It's a coping mechanism that you've just gone to when you've tried to deal with your hurt and you've tried to deal with your pain and you've tried to deal with making sense of a hard world. Sis, you can shift your perspective. And I want you to try to do just that this week. So going out to our private Facebook community, you can find us at herbestselfsociety.com. I want you to share with me one of these go-tos, one of these shifts in perspective that you're going to try on this week. I want to hear from you. And if you loved the show, can you do me a solid? Go out and rate it on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. The more ratings that we get here, the more listens we can receive and the more blessing that we can share with so many people across the world. I'm honored to be a top 1.5% podcast, and it is just continuing to grow, and I'm so honored for your listen as well. And sis, your dream is achievable, and maybe you just need that little extra push of somebody who's been there and can help you along your path. I want you to know that I've got an amazing offer that's coming out this fall, and I can't wait to share it with you. But until then, I've only got a few slots available for one-on-one coaching. If you feel like you'd love support straight from me or one of the coaches on my team, go on out to herbestself.co. There's a client application with your name on it. I can't wait to meet you back right here on Friday with an episode of the show. I hope you have a great day, friend, and I'll talk to you soon, girl. Bye for now. Oh, friend, thank you so much for letting me share what was on my heart today. My hope for this podcast is to help more women find freedom from food and body. If this has empowered or blessed you, let me know. I'd be honored for your rating and review of my show. And I'd love to connect with you in my private Facebook community. You really can move from perfection to purpose. Let's break the chains together. I'll help navigate the way. Until next time, bye for now, girl.